I think we are already losing it as a people. I was in a discussion with someone who told me that he might probably be buried abroad should Biafra refuse to come. According to him, his children have no much connection with Igbo land due to what is happening in Nigeria. He is worried that his house might go without any of his offspring living there. He contemplated building a recreational center on it, for school children to use. This is what our sojourning abroad has caused us. Why do Igbo people travel? After the Civil War, Igbo people have no option but to leave Nigeria in search of greener pastures. After being mistreated and relegated, it became the only hope for survival. Today, hundreds of thousands of Igbo people are scattered all over the world, giving birth to Igbo sons and daughters that might likely not come back again to Igbo land. Did I tell you about a man who was brought home for burial from the USA? His sons, after burying him, returned to the USA, leaving only their home in that empty house. Today, the roofs are gone and the entire building is destroyed by water. In a few years to come, his lineage will be wiped out and forgotten. Sadly, this awaits almost more than 80% of Igbo men living abroad. This is what the British did to us. They amalgamated us with the North, and made sure that Igbo people are controlled and maltreated in Nigeria. Today, they made life difficult for anyone bearing Igbo names, forcing more able-bodied Igbo young men to consider traveling out. It is time for Igbo people to declare this an emergency. We must start creating awareness for our people to understand what exactly is facing them. We lost millions of our people to the slave trade, and today we are still losing many to what I call self-accepted slavery. We must start building relationships. If possible, make your children spend their early years in Igbo land. Let them go to both secondary and primary school at home, before going back abroad. This will connect him to their roots and build a family-oriented attitude in him. This is the only way you can get your children to remember Igbo land tomorrow. You can't expect a child who has never connected to their roots to believe the USA isn't their home. That's the only home they have. To make things worse, they don't even know how to speak Igbo. You might be here pitying them, but you don't know they don't feel like they are losing anything. Even some who left as adults, married abroad, have accepted that same condition. They have paid for a spot, in one burial ground, where they can be laid to rest when they die. We just need to start doing something. Start supporting Biafra wherever you see yourself. That's our only sure ticket to our fatherland. Stay tuned and have a blessed Sunday, and don't forget to remember our great leader Motsi Nnamdi Kanu in your prayers today.
Cultural dance at a very young age. People always ask me, Chidera, why do you record everything? Why do you record so much? The reason why I record my life so much is because our culture in our house is so African oriented that I don't want my kids to not know what it was like for me growing up. I grew up in an African household, strictly African household. My parents only speak Igbo language to us. They don't speak English to me and my sister at home. We only eat African food in our house. My mom does not buy takeout. She cooks everything. My mom taught us how to dance cultural dance at a very young age. Me and my family, we dance all the time. We are a dancing family. Since day one, straight out the womb, we was watching African movies. We go to African parties all the time. We go to Igbo mass. We mainly listen to African music. We grew up on Agatha Moses, Palu Okocha. I want to be able to show my kids, this is how me and your grandparents were when I was growing up, so that they're never wondering, oh, where did I come from? I have videos to show my future kids. This is what life was like. as an African kid living in America. I just think it's so important for us to document what's going on in our lives with our parents before it's too late. Have conversations with your parents. Like, if I didn't ask my dad, I would have never known that he was there when his cousin was killed by a bomb during the Biafran War. My dad was able to bring food to his family during the Biafran War. Or I wouldn't have known about all of my mom's Olympic ventures when she was growing up. It's so important to speak to your parents, have these conversations, have your parents tell you stories about how it was when they were growing up, and document it just so that you have that with you, like, for life. No one can take that away from you. I had so much fun growing up. That's why I love posting my family on TikTok and what we do, because I want people to have a look at how beautiful African culture can be. The food, the music, the language, the dancing, like, I just want to have that stuff to show my kid. This is what your grandparents were raised like. This is how I grew up. You know what I mean? So I think in order to preserve our culture, it's also important in the now. Record what's going on in your life. Record what your parents are doing. Write down those recipes. Watch your mom cook. I have the chin chin recipe that my mom uses to make chin chin. I have the meat pie recipe that my mom uses to make meat pie. You know what I mean? Do what you can now before it's too late.